Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome back to It's Your Call. This week, I am joined by Daniel, and Daniel was a wonderful partner of mine. We had the absolute pleasure of playing together, and we were competing to play on the U21 USA team. We tried to get onto the team. However, we came just a little bit short. We came third while there were two other teams ahead of us and there was only 2 slots. So we tried our best, but you were able to qualify for the U16 team, and you still got to go to Veldhoven, which was exciting. And you came second place out of all of that. So well done. Thank you for representing the United States so well. And you actually are still going to be vying for the U21 team. You're on one of the favorite teams to win, I believe, for U21 teams this time to go forward. Are you excited? Are you ready? How are you feeling about this whole competition?
Definitely excited. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of preparing ourselves with Aaron coaching us up every week. The team's a lot of fun to be around, a lot of skilled players, a lot of different style players, I'd say, but we mesh together pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of an overlap of the U16 team I played with and the U21 team that we were on, of course, but you aged out, unfortunately.
I know.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll earn our spot for next summer.
All right, wonderful. Well, I'm excited for you. I myself am working to get on the U26 team. We'll definitely see each other at the qualifiers and hopefully be able to see each other at the summer competitions internationally. That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
I think it is time for us to get into our bidding problem. Are you ready for It's Your Call, Daniel?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. So, context. We are playing at a sectional. We are playing match points. You are going to be the second to bid. East is the dealer, and you are south. Everyone is vulnerable, and the auction starts out with 1 heart. What are the thoughts going through your mind? It's your call.
Well, as soon as I saw this hand and you said we were second to bid, I just knew they were going to be opening 1 major, because otherwise there's no problem. So immediately the options that we have are 2 diamonds, double, pass, and I'm going to rule out 1 no trump right away because that's too big of a lie.
Yeah, it's a pretty big fib. We do not have any. I guess we have somewhat near, but it doesn't feel like that good of a hand.
It's match points, so I'd really like to get my foot in the door here. I'd like to get our side into the auction, but also minus 200 at the 2 level is not something that we want to have.
Right.
2 diamonds all pass. I'm not entirely happy because I don't like my odds of taking 8 tricks. Opposite, maybe two card support from partner.
Right.
So I think 2 diamonds is a little bit too much when your suit's this sort of broken, and not even a 6th one. If I had a 6th one, then I'd be a lot closer, definitely. So that brings us down to double or pass. Can't stomach a pass. I think I'm leaning to double. Obviously, the objections to that are the 3-card spade suit and the 2-card club suit.
Right.
So the 2-card club suit, I'm not so worried about. If partner has to bid 2 clubs on 4 clubs, then it's a very unfortunate situation, but the odds of that happening are fairly low. Aaron Silverstein, our mentor, always says that nobody cares about a doubleton in an unbid minor. Like, sometimes it's okay to make a takeout double even if you only have 2 in the minor, because your partner's going to be thinking major suit.
Right.
And even if they have to resort to a minor, it could very easily be 5 cards. In which case, you're not in huge trouble with Queen 9 to support partner's 5-card suit. And then the issue of 3 spades. I think here it's pretty important to have solid agreements with your partners. If you are the kind of person that never doubles on a hand like this, that has only 3 of the other major, then I'm not going to step out and do that now. But sometimes it's agreement that it's usually 4, but, don't yell at your partner if they only have 3, if they're sort of stuck for a bid.
Right.
So that's sort of the philosophy I take with Avery, who I play with normally, is that 3 is the minimum. You're not allowed to have 2. 3 is the minimum. 4 is nice, but not entirely necessary.
Gotcha.
I'd say it comes down to partnership agreement. It's not necessary to bid on this hand when we have sort of an ugly 14. but you do want to be vying for a par score at match points when minus 100 even is so much better than minus 110.
Exactly. They
So,
could easily be making two major or could have a shot at like a three minor contract or even some sort of no trump contract that scores better
mhm,
than your minus 100.
exactly.
I see stepping out and putting something in there to get your 14 high card points across because we can compete. That's the important thing. I had the same reservations about two diamonds. My least favorite thing and one of the most painful things to happen is when you stick in two of a minor, two of a major overcall, and you don't have a good enough suit, and then it goes pass, pass, double, and you're like, uh-oh, pass, pass,
Yeah.
pass. Instant minus 500, my life flashing before my eyes. It's interesting how you bring up double because I personally, I didn't even consider double when I just dealt this hand. I'm one of those people who is just all about on-shape takeout doubles, and I didn't even consider it, and I really appreciate your opinion on this because it's kind of given me a new idea into it with the fact that who cares about your two-card minor? Partner's always going to be bidding a major, and more likely than not, if partner's going to be bidding a minor, it's going to be five cards. So it looks like we're leaning between pass and double. Bid this as though you were playing with your regular partner. What would you do?
I think I would double if I were playing with Avery. Our convention card says our takeout doubles are sound on point count, but variable a little bit on shape.
Right. Okay. So let's double. And it's going to go pass from west. And now your partner bids two hearts. And then it goes pass to you. And first off, what do you take two hearts as?
It's hard to say. I think values first and foremost, which makes me glad that I got in on the auction. Otherwise, we could be missing out on when we clearly have the majority of the deck here.
Mm.
In terms of what it's asking me to do, I'm not entirely certain, but I think I'm supposed to bid three diamonds probably.
Gotcha.
If that's sort of the agreement. If two hearts is like, I don't know what other agreements people might have, but if it's some sort of spade bid, then I guess I'd do something else. But if it's just values,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could bid two no trump, but if I bid three diamonds, partner can bid three hearts to check back on the stopper. So I think I'm going to bid three diamonds.
Yeah, I completely agree with three diamonds. We're just getting our suit out there. And, I think partner can probably read that this is very likely a five card suit. Could be a four card suit, but because most of the time, if we did have a four card spade suit, we would almost certainly be bidding it here. So, I mean, that also poses a question. If you happen to have five diamonds and four spades here, would you still bid three diamonds or would you go for the spades?
I think I'd bid the spades.
Right.
It
So,
depends a little bit on suit quality, but just if they're of even quality, I think I'm bidding the spades.
gotcha. So after that, it's going to go, like you said, partner's going to check back for a heart stopper from you by bidding three hearts. And now
I'll comply. Bid three no trump.
3-0. So we get a pretty standard Western-ish cubid, and we get to a 3-0 trump contract, where this is a fairly solid hand. Your partner has King 10, fourth of spades, Jack Singleton of hearts, Queen 10, 9, fourth of diamonds, and Ace Jack, fourth of clubs. So
Okay.
a 4-1, 4-4 shape. It's a pretty big count over there from partner. So this looks like a very reasonable 3-no trump contract. Got a beautiful diamond suit that could easily run, assuming that the king of diamonds is on side. Based off of high card point count, it feels quite likely that this is the case. You're certainly going to be getting a heart lead, as the opponents do have a 9-card suit. You have one stopper, and that should be enough as long as the diamond suit actually comes in. It would be very painful if West's only honor was the king of diamonds, but sometimes that's how life goes, right? In this case, it is not the case. So you end up in a wonderful 3-no trump contract, and you are going to make it easily. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things to talk about on this hand. One thing I really, really want to mention is a misconception that I had for an extremely, extremely long time, where if I had a 5-card suit and I had 10 or more high card points, I'm supposed to be overcalling. If I were playing maybe 2 years ago, I would instantly bid two diamonds. And at this point in time, the bridge meta is to have some very, very sound overcalls. And I'm actually curious, is this a common misconception that I have, or is this just a I just had? Like, did you have a problem with
No,
this
no, no.
before?
Definitely. That's what I feel like that's what some people teach is that 10 points, 5 card suit, overcall. As you sort of mature in bridge, you start to realize that there are differences between certain 10-point hands. There are differences between certain 5 card suits. And obviously, the place in the auction, are we overcalling at the 2 level? Are we overcalling at the 1 level? Are we vulnerable? Are they vulnerable?
Right.
So once you sort of like grow in the game, you sort of understand the nuances of different types of hands and when we should and shouldn't be bidding our suits.
Right. And like I said, this auction has happened to me way too many times where I just innocently overcall my suit at the 2 level because I have 10 points, and then it just goes like this. And all you can do is just sit and cry as you attempt to not go minus 1100 and 2 diamonds.
Of course, with partners hand, 2 diamonds doubled would go pretty well.
Right. On this particular hand, it would not go 2 diamonds doubled.
No.
We would love it for that to be the case. That would be like
Mm-hmm.
what? We'd lose a heart, we'd lose a club, we'd lose a spade. So 2 diamonds plus 2.
You wouldn't even have to lose a club. Didn't partner have ace jack of clubs?
Yeah, they've got ace jack of clubs. Oh
Or
wait, can
sorry,
we
no,
ditch them?
we wouldn't have to lose a spade. I mean,
Uh,
if we could throw a spade on a
on a
on a
club.
club after knocking out the king.
Yeah, that's a good point. Plus
So yeah,
3.
we do very well.
That would
Yeah,
be a legendary score of like
absolutely.
uh what, 780 maybe, I don't know, somewhere in that range. Dreams aside, most of the time this actually has a very big negative score in your direction, and I think in a lot of books you're just told 10 or more high card points, and I whenever somebody asks me this, I'm like, this is such a hard question because it's just like you got to have a good suit. And I think the key thing in my idea is, would you feel comfortable with partner bidding 3 no trump, assuming that your diamond suit is a good enough diamond suit in order to be making it? And I think this is the metric that I personally use. It might not be a great metric overall, but this is the way that I kind of think about it. And I'm like, well, if my partner is relying on getting 5 diamonds from me on this suit, it's not going to happen. This is not a suit that I would want to overcall 2 diamonds with, because if partner bids 3 no trump, we're almost certainly going down if it's a marginal 3 no trump. Is there a different metric that you like to use, Daniel?
Statistically, partner's probably gonna have 2 of your suit. We could be hopeful and think he could have 3, or a little bit pessimistic and think he's gonna have 1 or stiff. But statistically, he's gonna have 2. So if you're comfortable playing against 2 small, then if you're not worried about losing control of the hand, that's when I think it's okay to enter a call. For example, if my hand were a little bit different, if my diamonds were like ace jack 10 9 8, I'd probably still wouldn't, but I'd be closer to it, because having those intermediates, it's not reflected in the point count, but it makes such a big difference when you're declaring
Right.
to whether you can control the trump suit or not.
So let's take a look at the auction that happened at the actual table. This one was a little bit embarrassing by me, but the first thought would be, did I overcall 2 diamonds? No, I did not. I just passed. And
I think that's a reasonable option.
I think that, yeah, the 2 reasonable options are pass and double. And I think the most common option would be pass, assuming that most people play like standard shape takeout doubles. But we get a double from partner, balancing double. At this point, what would you do? It's your call. New question posed.
Okay, I have to recalibrate here. It's a balancing double, but partner shouldn't have garbage. Partner should have enough such that we're either at or very close to game values.
Right.
That said, it could be sort of shapely. Like maybe he only has 10, but he's like 4-1-4-4, or even more shapely than that. So I'm not big on just bidding 3 no here. I think 2 hearts is a decent place to start, but we're probably just going to end up bidding 3 no trump anyway. If you bid 2 hearts, even disregarding the fact that I've hurt his hand,
Right.
he's probably going to come back with 2 spades. Is 3 diamonds forcing? So that's an important agreement to have.
Mm-hmm.
If 3 diamonds would be forcing, then I would definitely go 2 hearts, planning to bid 3 diamonds, and then probably 3 no trump.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've made my decision that three diamonds should be forcing in that situation.
I agree, because you can just bid three diamonds right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think two hearts and then whatever you hear. If he bids something above three diamonds,
Mm-hmm.
if he bids three spades, probably just gonna bid four spades, but that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem very likely.
Right. I mean, why would they be doubling if they have a five card spade suit? I mean, I guess
Hmm.
like if they
If
if they
it's a
bid
power
three
doubles
spades, it
type,
could be a power double, right? Just
but
because we
with
have a lot of points and East has a lot of points, I guess partner could
exactly,
still have like what, King Queen Jack 10 7th and
yeah,
just be like, I've got a power double.
yeah, I think that it's pretty standard. The power doubles are sound on point count, not just good suits. So,
Right. So, two hearts, and you mentioned that partner could bid two spades a lot of the time, and in this case, you would bid three diamonds, showing a strong hand with diamonds. At this point, your partner would probably check back for a heart stopper, and
hmm.
you would just bid three no trump after the heart stopper. I was a fool here, and I don't think I hate the call that much considering it's a balancing double, but I just bid three
Three
diamonds,
diamonds.
trying to show a strong hand, show my five card suit right off the bat, and partner here just passed, so we ended up being in three diamonds when three no was cold, which was sad. And maybe I was considering more so that I should just be bidding three no, and I hadn't even considered two hearts at the time, which is definitely oversight on my part. I really like the two
Hmm.
hearts call because it keeps things open, it's forcing, and you can always show your diamond suit after it, and you can ensure that if you have three no, you do get there. So I think that your auction is infinitesimally better than my auction, both with the double, if that's your style, and in this case where you decide to pass and then partner does a balancing double. So, yeah. 3 no is our favorite contract, and I have a philosophy: when in doubt, bid 3 no. I did not
Hmm.
do it here, and it was a mistake. I think that is all for this week's It's Your Call. I need to address the audience. How are you guys doing? What would you do with this hand? Would you have been one of those people, I've got 14 high card points, I've got to make some action, whether it be two diamonds or double? Are you of the philosophy that you should have a really, really good suit when you do a two-level overcall, or do you just need 10 high card points and 5 of a suit? If there's anything else here that you would do, anything different with the north hand, anything different with the south hand, let us know in the comments down below. We very much appreciate all of your feedback. And while you're there, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every dang time. Can you please give us a like and subscribe to the ACBL YouTube channel so that any time that we post, you get notified, and the interactions that you give us really, really help us spread Bridge across the interwebs. If there's any final thoughts that you want to give here, Daniel, feel free.
I think we covered just about everything.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time and all of your wonderful insights, Daniel. You've opened my eyes to some off-shape-ish takeout doubles, and this was a really, really good It's Your Call. All right, I think it's time to go. See you around,
Okay.
Daniel. Best of luck in the Junior USBCs. I'll see you there.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.